Crazy Crab here, hosting for Entertainment Hacker. I want to talk a little bit about Star Wars Episode 9 that everybody's so pumped up for. Not really, right? So here's the thing about Episode 9, and if we talk about why I'm deciding not to go see it and why I think it cannot possibly be good, which is weird because it hasn't come out yet. Normally, if a movie hasn't come out yet, haven't even seen it yet, how can you judge? But when you're talking about a third movie in a trilogy that has just gone nowhere and has absolutely no harmony and no direction whatsoever, and then to top it off, we've already seen through the promotion from this movie that they're going to now rely on fan service. They're going to now rely on bringing back old characters that were not even mentioned. And obviously I'm talking about the Emperor. They weren't even mentioned in the first two films. And you're trying to have a climax third movie dealing with characters that weren't developed, that have no character arcs. We don't know what, we have a Jedi now who's in the Luke Skywalker role, who hasn't gone through any training or barely any training. And we're supposed to look at her like we looked at Luke in Return of the Jedi. Are you kidding me? There's been no development at all. We got some side characters that really, they may have been okay in The Force Awakens, and their development was completely derailed in The Last Jedi. So there's just nothing there to give us a good movie, which is why they're having to go into this fan service to try and get as many people in the theater as they can. People who say, oh, look, Emperor is back, Palpatine is there. It's just not going to work. And then they had that pathetic trailer where 2/3 of the trailer is other Star Wars films. They're showing all the original films. They show the prequel films, just trying to get into our emotions, and hopefully it's not working for most people because it's just trash. Although I understand my ticket, my $10-15 that I would spend to go see that movie is absolutely nothing to Disney and makes absolutely no difference to them whatsoever if I go see it. It's more the principle of the matter, because that $15-20 is something to me, and I could use that money to go see a different movie or to spend it somewhere else. That would bring me more happiness and more joy than going to see a movie that I already know is going to be trash. And it hurts me. It hurts to not go see a Star Wars movie in theaters, not go see The Crawl, not go see how the movie is, because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Never in my lifetime has there been a Star Wars movie in theaters that I have not gone to see. I've seen Star Wars movies all over the world, because I've been all over the world, and whenever a Star Wars movie comes out, I find a way to get to the movie theaters and see it. Now, I'll admit, the prequels were not my favorites. After Episode 2, I was pretty irritated. But when Episode 3 came out, there was no way I was going to resist going to see it because the story was good. It had a good story throughout the trilogy. It just wasn't executed well, in my opinion. There's so much about the prequels that I did not like, that I even hated, that I hate to this day. But the story was there. Because it had a good story through the first two movies, there was potential that the third movie could be really good, and actually it ended up being pretty damn good. Revenge of the Sith is my favorite of the three prequels. It ended up being real good. Could that happen here? The problem, again, there's no story. The characters are not developed. There's nothing there. There's nothing there, and now I can see what they're doing, and it's going to be a bunch of fan service. Of course it could be and probably will be better than The Last Jedi, but that's a very low bar. Now, if and only if all the people I respect, all the people whose opinions I respect, who are kind of on the same page as I am, if they start putting out reviews and videos saying, wow, this thing is really good after all, and mind-blowing, awesome movie, blah, blah, blah. If that happens, that 1 in a million chance happens, that is the only way that I might consider going to see it. But even then, the bottom line is Disney and Lucasfilm don't deserve our money. They don't deserve for us to care about this movie. They haven't done what's required. They think they've treated us like fools and thought they can just put out whatever they want and we were just going to eat it up. And it's time to prove them wrong. Obviously, you can spend your money how you want, but I am saying that if you are unhappy with this trilogy, the way it's been going, if you're unhappy with how Disney and Lucasfilm has handled this property, it's time to speak with our wallets. And this was also the case back when Solo came out. A lot of us didn't go see it. I did go see Solo. My excuse is that it was an anthology film, and I did like Rogue One, so I thought, okay, this has nothing to do with this horrible trilogy. Maybe it'll be halfway decent, and it had its moments, but no, overall I didn't like it. But since then, we've even gotten more insults. Lucasfilm has not treated the fans right, and they have not shown any willingness to change. and to be genuine with this property and to really try to make a Star Wars movie that would make the masses happy. They're still more worried about their identity politics, and now they think that they can just bring back Palpatine and start throwing old footage in our face and try to get in our feelings so we go see it. Barring what I said, some crazy situation where everyone's praising the movie, everyone in the fandom minute starts praising the movie, okay, maybe they'll convince me to go give it a watch, because I certainly don't want to not go see a great Star Wars movie in theaters. The problem is how this could possibly be a great Star Wars movie. I don't see it. I don't see it even being better than The Force Awakens, because at least The Force Awakens had a fresh palette. Yeah, they didn't paint it very well, but it wasn't a total mess. It had potential, especially if the sequel to that movie was going to be good, and it ended up being horrific. And now the palette is just nasty, disgusting. There's nowhere left to paint on it. There's nothing you can do. You can't fix it, not in one film. This trilogy is over. This movie is going to suck. I'm saying 99.9% chance this movie is going to suck. 0.1% chance maybe it's okay. But I highly doubt it, and I'm not planning to go see it. I'd rather spend my money for just some random movie that's playing at the theaters. I'm going to go be seeing Joker tomorrow night. Check out my channel for the review of Joker, which I'm looking forward to. And I have had a lot of thoughts on that movie, but I'm not going to express any of those thoughts until I actually see the freaking movie. So that's going to be coming out soon. A lot of great movies. I don't know if they're great, but a lot of movies I'm excited about coming out this year later. Rise of Skywalker, not one of them. Save your money. Go see something else if you're as disappointed with Lucasfilm as I am. That's my suggestion to you. You can ignore my suggestion. That's just a simple suggestion. Save your money. Crazy Crab, thank you to Entertainment Hacker. Have a great day. See ya.
If you are not subscribed to this channel, The Entertainment Hacker, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button now.